Most people believe that hard work guarantees success. They believe that if they wake up early, stay busy all day, exhaust themselves, and sacrifice everything, life will eventually reward them. But look around. How many people do you know who work tirelessly every day, and yet their life remains the same year after year? They are exhausted, frustrated, and confused. They push themselves physically, mentally, and emotionally, and still nothing changes. The truth is uncomfortable, harsh, and often ignored. Hard work alone is not enough. Hard work without direction is like running full speed on a treadmill. You sweat, you struggle, you collapse, and at the end of the day, you are still in the same place. And here is the kicker. Hard work by itself has never made anyone truly successful. If effort alone were enough, the poorest people in the world would be the richest, and the hardest working employees would all be millionaires. Tonight, I want to tell you why most people work hard and still fail, and more importantly, how you can avoid becoming one of them. From a young age, society has programmed us with one single message: work hard and you will succeed. But no one tells you how to work hard. No one teaches you what to work hard on. And no one warns you about what happens when you work hard in the wrong direction. Most people are not failing because they are lazy. They are failing because they are busy without purpose. Napoleon Hill spent decades studying hundreds of highly successful people, including Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Andrew Carnegie. And he discovered something shocking. None of these people began their journey with hard work. They began with a definite purpose. A definite purpose is not a wish. It is not a hope. It is not a plan written lightly on a piece of paper. A definite purpose is a burning decision, a goal that consumes your mind and soul, a commitment so strong that failure is simply not an option. Most people wake up and ask, "What do I have to do today?" Successful people wake up and ask, "Who am I becoming today?" That is the difference. When you do not have a purpose, you accept any job, any routine, any distraction, and any excuse. Slowly, without realizing it, you trade your life for comfort. You work hard, but for someone else's dream. Being busy feels productive. It feels responsible. It feels safe. But busy work is one of the deadliest traps you can fall into. You check messages constantly, you attend countless meetings, you scroll endlessly on your phone, you keep yourself occupied but never build anything meaningful. Napoleon Hill called this drifting. A drifter is someone who lets life decide for them. They move fast but in the wrong direction. They work hard but without purpose, and their results show it. Most people are not failing because they do not try. They fail because they try without clarity. Here is a painful truth. Most people do not fail. They quit mentally long before they quit physically. They say, "I will try." They say, "I will see what happens." They say, "I will give it some time." But success does not respond to half decisions. Napoleon Hill said, "Desire is the starting point of all achievement. Not hope, not interest, not curiosity. Desire that scares you. Desire that makes failure unacceptable. Desire that keeps you awake at night and motivates you to push past every obstacle." Most people avoid this level of desire because it demands responsibility. If you commit fully, you can no longer blame anyone else for your results. Your life is now in your hands, and the weight of that responsibility is terrifying for many.
There is one ingredient missing in most people's hard work. That ingredient is faith. Not blind faith, not religious faith. Faith in the way Napoleon Hill described it, a deep inner certainty that your effort will succeed. Most people work hard while secretly expecting failure. They prepare excuses before results. They say, "If it does not work, at least I tried." But here is the secret. Whatever you expect, your subconscious mind will work to prove it true. Effort without faith is like rowing a boat with one oar. You move, but you go in circles. You may feel like you are achieving, but you are not reaching your destination. Napoleon Hill discovered that successful people expect to succeed before the proof appears. This expectation fuels their effort, sharpens focus, and attracts opportunities that ordinary people miss. Faith turns ordinary effort into unstoppable momentum. Without it, hard work is just movement without direction. The subconscious mind does not reason, it obeys. It accepts whatever you repeatedly tell it through thoughts, words, and emotions. If you constantly think, "I am unlucky, I always fail, nothing works for me," your subconscious mind interprets these as instructions. Then you wake up a few months or years later wondering, "Why am I working so hard and still failing?" Life did not fail you. You programmed it. Your mind is always listening, always absorbing, always responding. That is why what you repeat to yourself, what you believe deep inside, is far more important than any action alone. Most people think positive thinking alone will change their life. It does not. Positive thinking fails when your heart and subconscious are not aligned. You can say, "I will succeed," but if inside you feel doubt, fear, or insecurity, the negative belief wins. Napoleon Hill taught emotionalized thought. Thoughts charged with belief and repetition influence the subconscious. The key is feeling the thought as if it is already true. Weak desire produces weak belief. Weak belief produces weak results. Strong desire plus faith produces unstoppable momentum. One of the strangest truths Hill discovered was that many people fail when success is near. Opportunities appear, progress accelerates, then suddenly mistakes happen, deadlines are missed, focus is lost, confidence falters. Why does this happen? Because the subconscious fears change. Success demands a new identity, new responsibility, and new standards. If your self-image does not match success, your mind will pull you back to what feels familiar and safe. This is why self-image is more important than talent. If you see yourself as small, your achievements will always be limited. Everything changes the moment you decide. Not wish, not hope, decide. Decision eliminates excuses. It sends a clear message to your subconscious mind. This is happening no matter what. Most people delay decisions to avoid responsibility. Indecision is actually a decision to stay average. Napoleon Hill found that successful people decide quickly and firmly, adjusting later if needed. Mistakes can be corrected, but hesitation ensures failure.
Consistency beats luck. Most people wait for inspiration, waiting for motivation to strike. Motivation is fleeting. Momentum is permanent. Momentum begins when you take action despite fear, exhaustion, and doubt. It begins when you honor promises to yourself and refuse to negotiate with your habits. At first, it feels heavy. You question yourself every day. After weeks, it becomes easier. After months, unstoppable. Your life mirrors your self-image. You do not get what you want, you get what you believe you are capable of. Most people fail because they never upgrade their identity. They work hard but still see themselves as average. They say, "I am just an employee, I do not deserve more, this is who I am." Your identity limits your results. Your self-image dictates what your subconscious allows you to achieve. Napoleon Hill emphasized that the most successful people act like the person they want to become even before success arrives. They dress, think, speak, and act according to that identity. Their mind, body, and actions align toward a bigger reality. Nothing can replace responsibility. Your life is not your parents' fault. It is not your teachers. It is not society's. Once you accept full responsibility, excuses lose power. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and you start asking, "What is this teaching me?" This simple mindset shift separates winners from lifelong strugglers. Winners see problems as lessons. They see obstacles as opportunities. They act when others complain. The difference between those who work hard and fail and those who succeed is not effort. It is clarity of purpose, persistent, aligned habits, faith, and emotionalized belief.
identity upgrade, responsibility and decisive action, consistency over time. Now is the moment to decide. Will you remain like most people, or will you finally align mind, action, and identity to become unstoppable? The moment you do, your hard work stops being ordinary. It becomes extraordinary. Your life changes, your results change, your destiny changes.